Hi, and welcome to the vlog for the Spinoff Pokemon Tabletop campaign session.
Hey, Quirky author apologizes that Quirky apologizes for not being able to be here, but we have the other three. We have Ronick and Faith and Kiwi with us, and I just wanted to take some time, just like we normally do, to talk about today's session because there's a lot happened. So, how do you guys feel so far? Hopefully, you had fun.
Ooh, mixed feelings.
So many
mixed feelings.
What exactly did you guys? What were your expectations going into this campaign or game going to this session? What was your expectations, and did it end up being vastly different from what you were expecting? Or I'm just curious.
Well, I had a feeling about that Dark Rise realm, Nightmare realm. I had some feeling that that might come up. I just didn't know it was that kind of thing. Just craziness happened there.
Mm-hmm.
I honestly had no idea what I was getting into. I tried not to have... I tried not to tell myself that something in particular was gonna happen. I went with the flow, and one thing, at least the things that I was expecting was having fun, having tears, and pretty much that, making friends. And everything happened during the session, so...
Mm-hmm.
I think I expected the first part with the whole meeting each other and the fluff and the nice feelings, but I didn't expect the rabbit hole we went down with the Nightmare Realm and the giant weapon that could destroy all of humanity if the wrong hands got it, and just all of that. Didn't expect that.
Yeah. So the first, I for those of you who are watching, I divided up this session in two halves depending on how much time the players could play. So we actually originally had one stopping point where they could have stopped. They could have stopped right after having the nightmare sequence in the nightmare zone. And I asked the players, do you want to keep going or do you want to stop here? And they wanted to keep going. And so the second half was everything that happened at the academy, and then Cam sort of like giving his spiel and the weapon. And I'm glad we got to do the second half because that adds more to their story. So, but let's take it one section at a time. So let's take it with the speed friending portion. I wanted the thing is, since you guys had only one session with all four of you together, I needed to come up with a way to sort of force you to start interacting with people with the intent of trying to get to know each other. And so I thought, hey, why don't I just put them in a situation where in-game they're supposed to sit with each other one-on-one and just talk to them about themselves as if they were trying to make friends. And I thought that would be best considering how we're only doing a one-shot session. So do you guys want to talk about that scene, that experience?
That was really
awkwardness.
fun.
So much awkwardness.
So much what?
So much awkwardness. Everyone was so awkward.
Charlie accidentally flirting was a good one too, so that...
Yeah.
And apparently Steven did too.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
The Stephen Madison thing was super funny.
Oh,
yeah.
God.
Oh, the Stephen Madison thing. So many. Oh gosh. As soon as I saw that train like running, I jumped on board. I was like, oh man, that's awesome. That's so cute. So adorable.
I'm still thinking if I'm going to jump in or not. You're still on. Not sure if I'm on board.
You don't have to. It's your choice. You don't have to.
I'm gonna drop so many things.
But I'm sure he will draw it anyway.
Yeah, if things happen, Steven might. Things might happen.
It is a little awkward being told that when you just met the person. Oh yeah, that's your wife. It's like, what? I'm sure that must be. I guess God. What was going through Steven's head at the time? Like, was there pressure? Was there, oh no, absolutely not, or
It's the embarrassed about this thing that someone's telling him he has a wife and thinks that someone who he met just recently and might be little interested in
yeah.
and told that, and so it's really awkward for him.
Well, it's a good thing Cam didn't tell you. Go ahead.
Yeah, it's just really he didn't really know what to say.
It's a good thing Cam didn't tell you about your kids.
Oh God.
No, you don't have any kids. You don't have any kids.
Oh.
Currently you have no kids. But I just thought it'd be hilarious.
Oh
I just
God.
wanted to see your face.
Oh. Why? Why do you do this?
Roddick, you're adorable.
Just working on a super weapon. You've got little redheaded children running around your feet.
Yes.
Oh God.
So cute.
All the redheaded children.
Oh God.
Did any of you guys have any favorite moments during that scene, during the speed friending scene?
The discussion between Charlie and his sister,
Mm-hmm.
or just Charlie being awkward through the whole thing, is kind of that was kind of my goal.
Yeah, I think your sister is going to play a relatively large role with the main campaign.
I can't wait to see that.
For the people who have, because based on the decisions, your sister, her occupation sort of came from some decisions that the main cast players wanted to move the story towards. And so as soon as I realized you had a sister and your family came to this tragedy with the Hypno, I was like, we need a ranger. We need a ranger. I think I'm going to make your sister a ranger. And so I thought it was perfect. So I'm really excited to see what Carolyn's going to do in the future. How about you, Ronick? Did you have a favorite moment at all?
I don't really know. It's really so many things. I wasn't part of some of those conversations that happened because of problems.
Yeah.
But it's just, I think the medicine the conversation was good. Even before I knew that thing happened, it still was really fun. And by that Data has a new friend.
Yeah. I also, speaking of Madison, I think I said this before, but I really enjoy the Madison Moxie scene. The two of those siblings, their relationship is really entertaining to watch, and Faith is very fun to play off of. As Moxie, so that was very enjoyable, very memorable for me. Faith, thank you. Did you have any favorites other than Madison and Steven? Any favorite moments during the speed friending scene at all?
Nothing comes to mind now, at least.
Definitely a lot of fun.
The very beginning? Okay.
Just now she owes me chores.
Yes. And the slave labor, yes. Cool. And then we moved into the nightmare zone. And things got very uncomfortable for your characters. First of all, did you guys sort of figure out that none of that stuff that was happening was real? At least the nightmare portion. Did you? Okay.
Yeah, it was pretty. Steven's was pretty obvious somehow.
Yeah.
At least for me, it was really obvious.
Yeah.
Yeah, at first I was
felt like
well, where did that come from? And then everything that went through, especially with Quirky's dream, I was like, oh wait, no, that makes no sense. that's gonna be something.
Steven did invent some things, so many things.
Yeah.
Well, that's to be expected when your tech is 66, so yeah.
Yeah. No, Steven, all of you had your own roles, similar to the roles in the main campaign. So you're pretty much the Cassie of this group.
Yeah.
Now the thing is, you and Cassie have different expertise, but you both are the smart ones.
Yeah.
Um,
I'm the tech expert.
and you're the tech expert, and like I said, I think Anne, at least in Cam's world, Annie was basically the Tiffany of the group. And Charlie was the heart of the group. And I think that Cam was more of the chase. Cam, I sort of see more of the chase of their group. In a way, because he was more of the physical go-getter, I guess. And then we have Moxie, Moxie's kind of like her own thing. I don't think she really has a counterpart with the main cast. He's very different from everybody else, and I think Moxie and Charlie don't necessarily have a counterpart in the other cast. But what are you guys' thoughts on the stuff? Was there other things you wanted to talk about in the dream, in the nightmare zone?
That got heavy.
Mm-hmm.
That definitely got, like, especially for Charlie. He's not entirely sure why he blames himself, but he does. And
Mm-hmm.
yeah, that nightmare was definitely tugging.
Mm-hmm. Okay. How about the combat? Everything that happened at Dumont, the Dumont Academy. How was the combat? It was fun? That's good. Yeah, you guys are powerful.
Yeah. Yeah. Data should really watch what he does. I didn't mean to kill him. At least not, and not that brutally.
It was a critical hit.
For a second I was like, why are Bug's rolls so low compared to the others? But then I'm like, yeah, they're probably just stronger than Bug at this point. He's a small bird. He's a small bug.
Yeah. No, it was fine. I think we're gonna find that when you guys appear in the main cast sessions, that your abilities will grow, and you'll be able to use them. It's homebrewed. Your abilities are more homebrewed, and they're meant to be powerful. Just because I think in order to help balance you with the rest of the main cast, you need to be able to hold your own, and that's why I gave you those powers. Steven, like I said, his powers are more passive, but I felt that Steven's character didn't need any extra oomph because his character is he's very useful as a character in the sense that he's, first of all, he's got theta, and second of all, he's just, his mind makes him a very valuable member of the party anyway. So I was just trying to balance things out as possible. So you guys were really had a I think a good combat session. I don't think it ran too long. I think it was just right. And then all the stuff at the burger shop, and then over at Cam's apartment. It was really interesting listening to whether or not you guys were okay or not okay with Cam's plan, because Cam basically was trying to give you guys control on how you want to go about solving this problem. Even though this was a weapon that was used by Team Flare, he wanted your input on it, and he wanted you guys to, give your feedback on what that you could do to make this not like the way Team Flare was using the weapon.
Yeah. Just hoping we don't I just need to make that weapon more, some changes to how it targets things.
Yeah. And I think what I want you
agreed.
guys to do, what I want you guys to do, and you have plenty of time because the campaign's not over yet, but you're going to feel free to discuss amongst each other on your Discord chat how you want to go about handling this weapon. Because that'll help me when I finally place you guys in the main cast sessions. what's probably going to end up happening in the main cast sessions is they'll probably run into you while you guys are gathering resources, gathering tech, specifically to build the weapon. And that'll be the incidents, and it'll make perfect sense for you to specifically not tell them anything about the weapon. So you get to have a secret if you want to keep it a secret, unless you trust these other people. Granted, you saw them. Now, I will point out that you saw them behind the door, so
And woke them up.
and woke them up. So maybe your character might think, well, maybe we can trust them because they're involved somehow, or they're supposed to be involved somehow. But I'm going to leave it up to you how much in the dark you want the players to be, the main cast to be. So you have control on that.
Okay.
Anything else that you want to talk about with today's vlog? Or any questions about what to expect next?
We have no idea.
It's up in the
Okay.
air.
Feel like
Yeah,
you go
all
with
right.
the flow.
Steven has lot of work to do.
Where do you... When this campaign is over, where would you like to see your character? Like, what state would you like your character to be in by the end of this campaign? We'll start with Ronick.
What state?
Arizona.
Well, if these things go as if he realize how inventive he is, he might start to pick out some useful technology just to start to actually be an inventor.
Okay.
Not just
All
be
right.
in a security business, just start to invent things. Maybe even
Would
a
you-
Pokemon translator.
Would you take Vivienne on her offer to help you to greatness? Vivienne Kearney?
No, I don't think
No.
so.
Oh, are you sure?
Yeah,
Are you
Steven doesn't like
sure?
that.
All right.
You could have little redheaded children.
Maybe. Don't know. Things might happen.
I guess my big good question for Moxie is: do you want Moxie to get over his fear of Pokemon, or not necessarily? Is that not necessarily a goal for you?
Well, the goal is to get better, I think.
Okay.
Is just
Okay.
to become more acclimated being around all these people.
Okay. How does it feel being Moxie and having this fear of Pokemon and being told that your counterpart possibly used that fear to decide on writing up this list, coming up with this list of which Pokemon does and does not survive? Does Moxie sort of see where the other Moxie is coming from, at least, or sympathetic to where the Moxie is coming from?
For Moxie, it definitely made sense. He said that, it said that that I want to, well, the other me wanted to eradicate bug Pokemon. I was like, that makes sense. That
makes
sounds like
sense.
something I do.
Yeah. Now that you know that your other self did that, does Moxie see his own self wanting to do that or being tempted to do that?
Oh, definitely. Definitely tempted. But with everyone, that's why I said everyone has to agree on what we do before we do it.
Okay.
Because that way it gets rid of it. It decreases the chance of us or any one of us getting revenge on anything
Okay.
or anyone.
Okay. And then Kiwi, how about you?
I would definitely like Charlie to get, well, maybe not over this fear of Pokemon, but at least be at peace with himself and realize that this fear is not entirely caused, like, it's a single cause. I can't word right now, but like, it's not, he doesn't need to generalize. It's not every Pokemon that's going to cause such trouble to him. So I hope that maybe you'll come to realize that.
Okay. Anything else? Okay. All right. Well, thank you guys for hanging out with me on the vlog. It was so good to have you, and we haven't seen the last of you. We're gonna see you play with other characters soon.